Alright guys, a little bit of a janky setup for today's video, and I know it's a little bit late because the Anti-Spell Festival is going ahead and it's already started, but two things just to address at the beginning. Yes, my mic is different, and not only that, but I'm sick, so my voice is also different. I'm on vacation. I'm going to be on vacation until the 29th, but I'm still trying to put out content while I'm out here, so yeah, we're just gonna have to kind of put up with this while I'm out on vacation. But I wanted to make a little bit of a guide for the Anti-Spell Festival. Even though I know we've kind of already started it a little bit, I at least want to put this out on my channel because I think it's really interesting to discuss this festival. I know a lot of people have been kind of dreading this one, and they thought it was going to turn into like a trap hole, like a nightmare. But I think there's realistically three things you can be doing. You can try to play your combo deck without, any of the consistency spell cards, right? Like, for instance, you see that, like, Sword Soul Tenny is very, very popular in the tournament because, realistically, if you open up, like, a Shunna plus, like, any other Tenny, you can kind of still pop off into combo. Or if you open, like, Moye, but you still got, like, a Worm in hand, you can still kind of pop into combo. Or something like Chen Ying, if you have Long Yun in hand, might still just be enough in these more restricted decks, right? And you can also see stuff like Phantom Knights. Phantom Knights is not exactly the most popular down here, but it's still getting a lot of gameplay, and that's because Phantom Knights is kind of like a combo control deck, right? A lot of the guys already trigger themselves when they go to the graveyard, so it doesn't take a whole lot of work to get your combo going. You just need to see some of your dudes, and then they can also search you things like Fogblade, which are really, really good in control setups, and they can also just kind of OTK you out of nowhere because of stuff like Arc Rebellion Dragon, right? Arc Rebellion Dragon, you just get like a million bajillion attack points and then just slam into whatever like trap trick monster you've got going on the field and then just obliterate that person like quick, fast, and in a hurry. And that's actually personally what I'm playing right now. But then that kind of leads into, well, what else could you be doing? If you're not doing the combos and trying to force your way through that, what else could you be doing? Well, you could just straight up be playing trap decks, right? Like, personally, I think Trap Trick and Dynamorphia are going to do really well in this tournament because they really don't need any of their spell cards, right? They pretty much just already run pure traps anyway, and they're functioning at pretty much 100% full power. That's also why I don't think Eldritch is as good in this tournament, because Eldritch is missing out on their search spell, their spell card, and that really helps them out in kind of getting started because it places a card on board. If you open up with an Eldritch in hand, it allows you to kind of like search some of your other guys to kind of get you going if you don't open up any of them, because unfortunately I don't think set like 5 Floodgates Pass is going to be as good for this if you're fighting, like, say, another trap deck or something along those lines, right? I don't think that's going to be as strong as the tournament goes on. It'll still be good if you run into the combo guys, but if you run into the trap guys, probably not as good because those cards are meant to slow down the game, but those games are going to be really slow anyway. So I don't think Eldritch is going to be as strong unless in like a couple of days someone's like, dude, I found the broken like Eldritch plus Dogmatica plus, I don't know, Unchained combo deck that just goes insanely hard. Then maybe I'll eat my words. But I don't think Eldritch is going to be as good. And then that leads into the third thing you could be doing. And that is pendulums, right? If you're one of the guys that has a pen deck, you are absolutely eating in this tournament. Now, you do miss out on your, consistency cards like, like Pendulum Call or like Duelist Alliance. You like your standard, like, oh, we just throw these in our pendulum decks and we can just get whatever we want. We can just start popping off. But the good thing is that for whatever reason this is an anti-spells tournament, but they're counting all of the pendulum actual monsters as, well, monsters, and then you can still use them as effectively just spells, right? And a lot of those guys are search cards. Like, they search everything else in the deck. So if you're playing pendulums, you're almost playing the decks at full power. You've just lost a little bit of the consistency cards. The only problem is that I don't know very many people that actually know how to play Pendulum, right? Like, not a lot of people actually take the time to learn that deck, much less even buy the card. So, well, it might be one of the stronger things you can be doing. I don't know if it'll see that much representation because, well, it's Pendulum, and, like, not a lot of people are playing the deck anyway, like, even beforehand. And I don't think people are going to go out of their way to buy Pendulum cards, right? Don't really think it's going to happen. Another deck that I think is going to do good is like the Paleo deck. I think Paleo is just really, really strong in the tournament. Adamantipator, I'm really surprised to see it's doing so well right now. It's really interesting being able to make this video like 2 days like into the tournament because it's like, oh, Adamantipator is doing really well, but I guess I can see it because Adamantipator digs like 5 cards deep, and really I don't expect like a lot of people to be playing like super insane hand traps. Like, are you really going to be like maining Nibiru? Maybe, maybe not. Kind of depends on the player. Kind of depends on what you're running into. If you're running into like a lot of trap players, you're probably not going to run Nib. But if you run into a lot of the pseudo combo players, you might be. But even then, like again, if you're playing like Sword Soul barely does like 5 summons anyway right now. And so if they're now even more restricted, they're probably not going to do like 5 summons, right? It's going to be like extremely difficult. They need to literally open up like Moye plus Longyan plus Taya plus the Reborn spell to like you actually go ahead and pop off and like do their normal summons. But I don't really think you're going to really expect that from Sword Soul. So Adamantipator might be doing a bit better because stuff like Nib is probably less prevalent right now. And I also imagine that Gamma is probably really prevalent right now because Gamma is your only way to stop like opposing hand traps unless you have like in archetype negates, right? Unless you can get out like your Baron DeFleur like really early and stuff. Gamma, if you guys don't know, is a hand trap that just kind of negates monster effects, and that also includes other hand traps as well. It also represents like 2 free bodies on the board, so you know if it's your turn and you use Gamma, you can go to Synchro 8 as well. You can go to like Omega or something, which is really good. So yeah, I imagine that's probably why Adamantipator is doing a little bit better, because they just dig 5 deep, and that might be good enough without like surge spells and whatnot. That actually might be good enough for them. But those are just kind of my like kind of just rambling thoughts on the Anti-Spell Festival. Again, personally, I'm playing Phantom Knights because I just like Phantom Knights. I'll probably do like a how to play Phantom Knights in a couple of days or something. If I can find out that I can actually get some duels without blowing up my computer, probably will, but we'll see. Vacation's definitely being a little bit interesting right now, but yeah, that's why I'm not showing any gameplay right now, like on the screen. I haven't loaded up Master Duel because, well, you know, I don't want my laptop to blow up. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys are playing as well. Let me know all that down below. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I am outie.